Hey guys, welcome to the pregnancy Q&A. It took us a while to film this because the last month we were in the middle of moving because we moved from apartment out of Amsterdam to a place closer to our family. So once the baby's here, we have some helping hands around. And I saved all the questions that you guys asked and we'll just continue and answer them. And I think the most asked question will be, how did you guys discover that we were pregnant? With quarantine, we were staying at Lawrence's parents' place because everybody was thinking there was coming a lockdown. So we thought it would be more fun and nicer to be with the family and with Lawrence's sister, where I was working out with in the backyard. Was very nice and the weather was very nice, so we thought it would be nicer to stay there. So we moved a lot of our clothes there and we were staying there for about 2 months.
So what happened? How did you figure out you wanted to do a pregnancy test?
So we were just chilling a lot because we thought we would get back to traveling very soon. So I was not doing so much, and then I was taking a lot of naps over the day, but I just thought it was a lot of like stress that came out because of the traveling and the year before. So I never really thought anything about it because I also knew that I had PCOS, and only 2 months before that I went to a gynecologist who told me I had still deceased, so it was still hard for me to get babies on the natural way. So I never thought, I'm so tired, maybe I'm pregnant. The funny thing was that I was working out a lot and eating very healthy because in the beginning of the COVID, I just let go and ate everything I wanted. And then I was at a time that I felt like working out a little more and eating more healthy. But then I felt like my belly was getting more bloated and bloated, and I didn't understand why. So I googled all different things. Why am I bloated but eating very healthy? Or why I thought I had like something with my gut, or yeah, I just never thought about pregnancy. And then one afternoon Lauren's mom said like, aren't you pregnant? And then I just responded like, no, you know, that's not possible. But I went upstairs and I opened my laundry drawer and I saw a pregnancy test. So I was like, okay, why not take it? So I went to the bathroom and I couldn't pee, of course, so I had to wait for an hour. And finally I had to pee, and like immediately it gave like 2 lines. So it was the one with the lines, and 2 lines was pregnant, like after maybe 2 seconds. And Lawrence was upstairs. I did it on the bathroom downstairs, on the toilet. So I ran upstairs and I knocked on the door. I'm like, open the door, open the door. Quiet, because the whole family was home. So he opens the door, still sitting on the bed, on the toilet. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, but I don't think it's right because it's a very old test that we once bought maybe 3 years ago and have been in my drawer forever. And so I asked Lawrence to go buy the real one, the clear blue one, that also says how many weeks you are. So he went to the supermarket and me and his sister were making dinner. And then once he came back, I went upstairs again and I did the test, and it said 3+ weeks. And that's actually the max that I can give, because it's 0 to 1 weeks, or 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 3+. So I was so shocked and very happy, of course, but so shocked because it was not in my mind that it was possible at all. And I was also afraid to be too happy because I really, really wanted it. But then, with the history of my PCOS, I was like, maybe it's not right, or I was a little scared to be fully happy.
Yeah. And
so were you, I think. I think we were both a little like
managing our expectations a little bit.
Yeah.
At that point.
At that point. But then his mom was like yelling from downstairs like, oh, we gotta eat, we gotta eat. So we had to go downstairs and we were eating sushi, all raw fish. And I couldn't eat, of course, because I was still like shaking from our discovery. So we actually immediately told them. and everybody was like super excited. And then that night we went to all our family to tell it. We actually filmed everything, but I think we're gonna keep it private because it's a very private video. But it was so fun to tell everyone because nobody was expecting it, because in my family they knew about my PCOS. And I called the gynecologist, not the gynecologist, how do you call it, midwife, I think.
Midwife?
Someone that does the ultrasounds.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, you can come tomorrow. So I could come the next day to do an ultrasound, and they immediately saw a heartbeat and a little baby that was already 6.5 weeks, almost 7 weeks. And because I didn't have my period, I couldn't know. Luckily, we were in quarantine, not drinking alcohol or partying or whatever. We were just chilling at home. And yeah, from there, I started to get more and more excited. The weeks went by, because you always have those beginnings weeks where you're a little afraid, and then with the 9 weeks we could do the tests already to see the gender, and of course all the other things you want to know. I think it's called the nip test. We really thought it was gonna be a boy. I don't know why, but we just had a feeling that it was gonna be a boy, but it was a girl, as you guys have probably seen. And we were super happy, of course, because we didn't care at all. And from there, yeah, from there the weeks went by, and now we're at 24 weeks. Also, a lot of you asked, were you guys planning to have a baby? And as you guys know, we really wanted it, but we thought it was not possible at this moment, so it wasn't really planned right now. But we were happy to welcome it any moment, right?
True. Yeah.
Because I decided to take my IUD out 2.5 years ago, or maybe 2 years, just because I knew my condition, and I always said, like, if it happens in a natural way, and we're more than happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not planned, kind of planned, I don't know.
Yeah.
What will be your daughter's name? That's what a lot of people ask, but here we only say it once the baby's born, so that's still a secret. But the funny thing is that Lawrence came up with this name maybe 6 to 7 years ago, and we wrote it down, and it's still the name that we're probably gonna use. What are some of your pregnancy cravings? Do you know what was my craving in the first weeks?
Bagels.
Bagels. In the first couple weeks I craved a lot of bread and bagels, and I couldn't really eat any vegetables. Like, every night I used to eat a lot of vegetables, but I just couldn't stomach them. But I think that only took from week 6 to maybe week 11. And that's also the weeks that I got morning sickness, so it was not that bad, because if I hear stories from other girls, I'm like, I got very lucky. Only when I woke up I felt a little morning sickness, but Lawrence always
nauseous.
Little nauseous. Lawrence went downstairs right before I woke up most of the times to make me some crackers with avocado and eggs, and once I ate those, it went away. So if I kept eating little snacks, then it was manageable, but no throwing up or anything, so I got lucky.
Lucky.
Do you want a natural birth or C-section? And I think here in the Netherlands, everybody, if you can, you do the natural way. So that's the plan.
Do people in the US think that's crazy?
No, I think in the US it's more common to use an epidural. It's like the ruggenprik. And here it's very common to do it without anything, just natural if possible, and only take the epidural when it's really needed. So I'm gonna try to do it without, but I told myself if it's not manageable and I can't stand the pain, then I'm happy that there are options. Are you going back into modeling after giving birth?
Is that a question for me or for you?
For us.
Cool.
I think so, yes. We love traveling together, so I think we'll just bring the baby around if it's possible. It also depends on how she is and how I feel afterwards, and but we'll probably be traveling again, not as much I think as we used to do, because we also want a little bit of the routine and a time zone for the same time zone for the baby. But I guess we'll go back and forth to New York or
we'll just see how it
places in
comes.
Europe. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're very flexible, so we'll see.
We'll anticipate.
Yes.
Anticipate.
We'll be going back to VS after the baby arrives. Yes, for sure. I love working with them. I actually miss it a little bit right now. Yeah. When will the baby arrive? The baby will arrive probably in December. I think in the beginning of December. We'll see. Where do you guys plan on raising the kid? We'll plan to raise the kid in our hometown where we're from. We're moving there next year in June. So now we're staying in a rental somewhere close until the house is finished, because it's still getting built. And I think she will also spend some time in New York, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe with work,
Little
if
bit.
we're going back and forth there for work, we'll probably bring her, because I'm planning on, that's another question, do you want to breastfeed her? And I would love to, actually, because I think it's very nice for the bonding, if you can do it, of course. And yeah, I think it seems something very beautiful, but maybe it's super painful, or I don't know what to expect. So I'll just see how it goes. But I would love to do it if possible. So that's why we will probably bring her everywhere we can.
Yes.
How do you feel during your pregnancy? I actually feel good. I haven't had a lot of pains or things yet, but that's maybe also because I'm still in my second trimester, and everybody says that you feel the best in your second trimester. I actually have so much more energy than my first trimester because I was very tired. I took almost a nap every day. But now I feel very good, and I haven't had back pain or any pains, but fingers crossed, because apparently it's gonna be harder in the third trimester. So as of now, everything is going very well. It's a little bit hot right now in the Netherlands, so I can tell that I feel much warmer than not pregnant, but that's common, I've heard. How much has your diet changed? In the beginning it was changed because I ate so many bagels and I couldn't really stomach vegetables, but now I'm actually back to normal. I'm not sure if I eat that much more. Maybe I eat some more like carbohydrates, like brown rice and sweet potato, or sourdough bread now and then. But yeah, everything's still balanced. I also have a day in the week where I let go and eat everything I'm craving or that I want. It's all about the balance, but I don't think it's changing. It's a lot different than usual, right?
No.
Only no sushi and no
You still eat,
tuna.
yeah, you still eat really healthy.
No soft-boiled eggs, because I love an avocado toast with a soft-boiled egg. So that's what Laura's gonna make me once the baby's here, every morning, right? What are you guys most looking forward to about becoming parents?
Just hold the baby, look at it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess for me too, just being with her
Just
and
seeing her grow up, getting bigger,
yeah.
and I don't know.
Yeah, I think everything actually, because every phase we can see with her nieces and nephew, that every face has something nice. Like the first moment she's smiling to you, and then you get the first moment she's walking or speaking. So I think every chapter has something very exciting.
Yeah.
For now, it was very exciting because we felt her for the first time this week. She's kicking a lot, right? And you felt it too. It took a little time for me because my placenta is in the front, so it takes a little longer to feel. But now I'm 24 weeks and I felt her. So it's very cozy. I never feel alone. How many kids do you guys want? It really depends on how it goes and how we feel once we have the babies, because we always said 4, right? But I can imagine if you have 2 very energetic toddlers running around that you're like, okay, it's enough, maybe.
Yeah, let's see how it comes.
Yeah.
Maybe after 2 we want 3, maybe even we want 6. And maybe we want to keep it at 1.
No, I would love for her to have a sibling.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's very nice.
If it's possible.
Yeah, if it's possible, of course. We never know. How is the baby doing? Is everything okay with her? She's totally fine. We had the last ultrasound last week and everything is average, only not her legs. Her legs are far above average. What we did. How do you guys think that comes?
Oh shit.
We were at the ultrasound and the echoes, the lady was shocked. She was like, whoa. She has very tall legs. And we weren't surprised actually, because we both have tall legs, of course. But it was funny to hear. Maybe it's still changing in the coming weeks.
They're still probably as tiny as this. But maybe average will be this. I don't know.
Now, you mean?
Yeah, now.
Oh, I thought once it comes out. Are you afraid that it will hurt pushing the baby out? I know that it will hurt. I've heard many stories from my friends and they said it's very painful, but it's also the most beautiful thing that I've ever
endured.
That I've ever experienced. Yeah. We've been in Holland for a while, so our English has been a little
Shouldn't we also raise the baby maybe bilingual?
Right?
Bilingual? Bilingual? Is that what you call it? Multiple languages?
Multiple languages.
Bilingual?
We've thought about that because I would love for her to speak English too, because once we go to New York that she can play and talk with other kids, and just for the future I would have loved to speak fluently English. But I also don't see myself talking English to her.
No.
And you neither. So maybe we can find an English school.
Yeah. We didn't go to an English
but
school.
I also want her to go to the same school as her nieces and nephew.
That's okay.
So, I think maybe just Dutch. Will she have a Dutch name? I'm not sure if it's a Dutch name.
I don't know.
I don't know either. You guys will know in December. Also, a lot of you asked, are you nervous about gaining weight? And actually, I haven't been very nervous about it because I find it very exciting and cool to see what a woman body can do. And I'm very proud of my body that it came in a state where it got pregnant naturally. So I wasn't very scared of it, but I think it's very important for me to keep eating a little normal and not let everything go, because then it would take me so much more work afterwards to get back in shape, and that's what I don't want, because I don't like dieting and over exercising. So I try to minimize the
diet afterwards.
Yeah, the diet afterwards. But I'm not very nervous about it. If it still happens and I know that I've been eating 80% of the time healthy, then I'm okay with it too. Then we'll see afterwards how we're gonna do it. Also, a lot of you asked, how do you have motivation to work out while you're pregnant? So in my first trimester, I had a little less motivation, but I noticed once I moved my body for only 30 minutes that I had more energy afterwards. And I feel like with my experience in the past, I just know that if I move my body that I'll feel better afterwards. So with that in my mind, I have motivation. I never feel very motivated before, but I just tell myself that I feel better afterwards. And it's not really about going very hard, and I don't have to go an hour. I only tell myself it will be good to move your body a little bit. And I've been trying to do 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes it's half an hour, sometimes it's 45 minutes. And if I really feel like it, I do an hour, but everything in a very slow pace, no jumping, no running for me. So I mostly do exercises and not too much abs, of course, not the middle abs at all, no crunches. So it's a little bit different, but I actually enjoy finding new exercises.
You want something to drink?
Yeah.
What do you
Please.
want? Huh?
Water. Also, some asked if I'm eating vegan right now, and I don't. I try to eat less meat and fish, but I also have a feeling that it's important for the baby to have the right nutrients, and I'm a little afraid that it will miss anything if I skip everything, because I haven't been fully vegan right before my pregnancy. So I think it's better if you already are before pregnancy. I think you know and understand what nutritions you need and where you get it from, and I'm not experienced enough, so to be sure I'm eating a lot of salmon and eggs, because I think salmon is also very good for the omega-3 for the baby.
Come here, baby.
Do you take any supplements while pregnant? And I do take supplements. I think it's just a regular multivitamin, especially for pregnant women. And then I take a little extra fish oil and probiotic at night. But that's actually it.
That's actually it?
That's actually it.
That's actually it.
How did you get your period back? And I got many requests about how I solved, or I'm not sure if it's solved, but how I got pregnant with PCOS. And I think my PCOS was mostly because of my weight, and also because of the lots of traveling. I didn't really have a biorhythm, and we were traveling all the time, so I never got like real rest into my body. And I think what happened with the COVID was that we finally were at one place for longer than 2 weeks. And I also gained a little bit of weight the last year, slowly and steady, and I think all these different things helped to get my period back last November. And I still didn't get my period every month, so that's why I didn't know that I was pregnant. But I also took some supplements that I can show you guys if you want, but I'm not sure if it helps for everyone. But the Vitex Cactus Agonist I took every morning, and INOSITOL, and I think INOSITOL is a supplement that is for your blood sugar levels. I did acupuncture, I did less of high intensity workouts, more yoga and more weight training. And I also made some changes in my life, like we moved back to Holland, and we spent some more time with family. So overall I think it's a lot of different things that were helping me. So it's really hard to pinpoint one thing that was going to be the solution. So I feel like everybody's case is a little different, because you also have different PCOS. But I think resting your body and listening to your body and to what you feel is very important. have you started designing your nursery yet? And I haven't, because we just moved to a new apartment and it's very warm right now, so I think we're gonna do it next month once it's cooled down a little. I'm very excited for that.
What is the nursery?
The baby room.
Oh, the baby room.
Yeah, because in this apartment she has her own room that wasn't possible in Amsterdam, so that was also a reason for us to move. So she will get her own room. She's probably not even sleeping there until we're moving, but let's see. But I'm very excited to start a nursery.
Very excited.
Are you?
Yes.
Have you thought about it? Have you an idea?
Yes.
Oh yeah?
We're gonna put a bed with the closet, and we're gonna paint the walls baby pink.
No.
With a cloud on it and birds.
No.
And then with all kind of lights, also with all kind of birds. Maybe flamingo bird.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do the nursery.
Why do you call it nursery? Why is it not called a baby room?
Baby room. Yeah,
But
it's called the nursery.
A nurse is a doctor, right? In the hospital.
Yeah. I don't know. It's called the nursery.
Nurse. Nursery. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to give birth in the hospital or at home? I think in the hospital. Well, I'm sure. I think for the first time, it gives me a little bit more confidence to have to do it in the hospital, just to be sure.
Oh, I didn't expect so many questions from me. Ik lijk wel een van de lulletje die erbij zit.
Why are you guys getting a baby, but you guys aren't married?
Aren't married? No, I can explain.
Okay.
Guys, me and Romy, we talk about marriage already for quite some time. And then at some point in the US, we got married on paper. Boom! Only our families know about it.
Yeah.
But for us, it doesn't really feel official yet. I still have to go on the knee, find the right time.
Yeah.
And then we do a big wedding somewhere in...
Somewhere where?
In,
we don't know yet, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, so one day we'll have a real wedding, and maybe with the little one walking around. I don't really feel the pressure to be married before, like to do the real wedding right now. I'm pregnant, and yeah.
And I still have to officially propose.
Maybe
you say no.
Maybe. How do you sleep? So sleeping is a little harder because apparently it's not good to sleep on your back, and you have to sleep on your left side. And I'm really a belly sleeper or a back sleeper. So I had to find a new position, and I think I found it, but I also have like one of those big pillows that I put between my legs and makes it a little more comfortable. But that was a little hard in the beginning, so I slept a little less, but now it's going much better. How are the hormones affecting your mental situation? In the beginning I was a little afraid and stressed, like, oh, will I be a good mom, and like all those questions, but I think that's very normal for women that just get pregnant. But I haven't felt, luckily, very emotional. I think... No. I have to be honest, and I can tell. Or are you just
but
saying
you were, you know, you were amazing. Sometimes a little tired.
Yeah, but maybe also the third trimester, you never know. And I think we covered most of the questions, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked all Lawrence's answers, and we hope to see you guys very soon with a regular vlog.
Where's my question?
I don't know, there are not many questions for you.
I'm waiting the whole video. I had to sit down here. She put this in my calendar. We have to record a Q&A, a pregnancy Q&A tomorrow.
I just want you to sit next to my side.
What were my questions? There's no questions for me.
I know. No. Well, what was your reaction when you found out? Were you ever nervous about becoming a dad?
Yes and no. Not really nervous in like actual like really feeling of physical nerves, but it comes with some responsibility. I want to be a good dad. Hopefully I can build a good relationship with my daughter. That's the goal. And of course I feel like you have more responsibility. Now you feel more like for yourself and maybe for you. And now you have like a little one to protect all the time. I'm really protective already, so I cannot really go with her to play outside without keeping an eye on her all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like the dad chasing her around in all the play houses.
Yeah.
And the clay bands.
Yeah, I think so too.
The slides.
The slides. Yeah, I think so too.
That was my question?
That was your question. So
Amazing.
thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you for being
guys,
here,
so I
Lawrence.
hope you like my answers as well. And
we'll see you guys soon in a regular vlog. I think we'll have one next week. Bye guys.